Welcome, I'm happy to see you. Weddings are occasions of joy, moments of happiness, moments of celebration. But sometimes, joy turns into horror, into the height of fear, into an experience you can never forget for the rest of your life, one that can isolate you forever. Welcome to the story of woman who held a wedding for the Jinn. This is a story that took place in Kuwait in 1997. In the Gulf, in Kuwait, the female folk artist who sings traditional songs is called al-Daqqāqa. This story happened in Kuwait City in 1997. The main character's name is Noura. Noura is a singer, a Kuwaiti folk artist who sings at weddings. This title, given to women who sing traditional songs, is called al-Daqqāqa. When I read about this story, it was one of the strangest Jinn stories I've ever heard in my life. Strange and astonishing, a story filled with horror. It began one day in 1997, when Noura received a phone call. A woman was on the line and said, "Are you Noura? Hello, I'm a big fan of yours. I want you to sing at my daughter's wedding. My daughter really loves your voice." They agreed that the wedding would be on Thursday, that Noura would come with her band, and the celebration would begin at 10 p.m. And indeed, Noura got ready. The day came, and they went to perform at a wedding in a neighborhood in Kuwait City called al-Daqqāqa. When they arrived, they found cars, people, lights, and heard music. Inside, children were running around. The bride's mother welcomed them and showed them to a room. "This room is for you to change and get ready." Everything was fine. The wedding was scheduled to start at 10:30 p.m. But Noura and her companions had a strange feeling. She was with 6 other singers. They said, "Something feels odd, something's not normal." Even Noura sensed something strange, but she didn't want to say anything or ruin the event. She thought, "Alright, it's a weird feeling, but no problem." Especially since they had agreed on 500 Kuwaiti dinars, a large sum in 1997. At 10:30 the party began. Music started. Noura started singing. Between songs, women came up to her, kissed her, and asked for songs. Noura noticed their skin. Their jaws felt as hard as stone. One of them came closer, and Noura said, "Their jaws feel like stone." She replied, "Yes, like rough paper." That only made things feel stranger and more suspicious. By 11:30 p.m., the crowd started growing unnaturally. The place was filling up more and more. The number of children jumping increased, the number of women increased, and even the food on the tables multiplied. They noticed the food was only meat, no fruits, no bread, just meat. People were eating like wild beasts. And the people kept multiplying and multiplying. At midnight, Noura's band took a break and went to their assigned room. But it was difficult to get through the crowd. At first, the number was reasonable, but it had grown massively. During the break, they said, "Something's really strange." Noura said, "You know what? I'll go upstairs, close my eyes for 10 minutes, then come back." She went upstairs and saw something shocking. The upper floor had nothing to do with the lower floor. Upstairs looked abandoned, like a ruined house left for decades. The walls were terrifying, full of holes and cracks. She opened a room and found dusty bedding, dirty furniture. She was terrified. She thought, the upstairs doesn't match downstairs at all. Downstairs was full of life, lights, music, and people. Upstairs looked like an abandoned house from 50 years ago. She went back and told her band, "The upper floor has nothing to do with the lower one. I don't understand anything." They said maybe the owners simply didn't use it. But this only deepened the strangeness. The break ended. The singing resumed. As they played, they noticed the women in the audience started jumping and dancing more intensely. Then Noura and her band saw something they would never forget for the rest of their lives, a scene that filled their hearts with fear. When the women jumped, their legs looked like goat hooves. Or cow hooves, 2 cloven feet. They were jumping in front of them. Seeing this sent pure terror through their hearts. They couldn't speak, they communicated only with their eyes. Noura looked at her bandmates, trying to calm them with her eyes. At one point, while singing, Noura lost her voice. The backup singers lost their voices too. One of them fainted. A woman rushed over and asked, "What's wrong? Should I bring her water?" Noura replied, "No, she's just tired," not wanting to admit the truth. They seated her on a chair. Noura spoke quietly to her band. "These are Jinn. They won't leave us until the dawn call to prayer. We are singing to Jinn. Do nothing to show fear. Don't act foolishly. We don't know what could happen." They all agreed. The music started again. The singing continued. Then came the far dawn call to prayer. As soon as the muezzin said, "Allahu Akbar," the lights in the villa went out. Everyone disappeared. No sound remained. Noura and her band stopped singing. Imagine their situation, realizing you've been singing to Jinn. The level of fear, the psychological state, overwhelming. Fortunately, they were near the door. They felt their way, found the door, and escaped. They walked outside and came across a local man heading to the mosque for far prayer. He saw a group of people coming from that direction and asked, "Where did you come from?" They said, "We were singing there." He said, "No one goes there. That villa has been abandoned for 10 years. Everyone in the neighborhood knows it's haunted. We often hear sounds and see things." They said, "But we held a wedding there." He replied, "A wedding for the Jinn." He believed them. The story was too strange not to. And Noura was a famous folk singer in Kuwait. After the incident, each member of the band went home. As for Noura, the event affected her for the rest of her life. It was one of the main reasons she quit singing forever. Even though she was wealthy and successful, she never performed at a wedding again. What do you think of this story? Is it real? Can Jinn actually call a human, organize a wedding, make them sing for them, and then vanish? Who was the woman who called Noura? How did the Jinn control the appearance of the house, the people, and the children? Do they play with human perception, making them see what's not real? Share your thoughts in the comments. What do you think of this story?